The Miami Dolphins have had a great offseason thus far, but there's still one key component left, and that is the draft. Today, I'm going to be doing a mock draft to help see what the Dolphins are going to be targeting in this year's draft. Before I start the mock draft, comment down below who do you think I'm going to take in the first round. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into the draft. It's now time to hop inside the mind of Chris Grier and the Miami Dolphins. So in this first round, I'm looking to take best player available or looking to trade back to accumulate more picks, as the Dolphins don't have too many picks. I'm only going to look to trade back with teams that are interested to keep it fair. There's so much talent that is currently available for the Dolphins. Just looking at it, Jared Verse is a good edge rusher. JPJ, Latu, another good edge rusher. JC Latham, Graham Barton, some tackle with versatility. Brian Thomas. So there's a lot of good talent here that I'd be comfortable taking. There's about 9 players. Let's just look at the trade offers. So with the Cardinals, you're only trading back 6 spots, which is ideal, and they have a lot of picks, so you can actually look to accumulate some more picks. I'm interested here. There's no way they'd give 35, but 66, 20, so move back 6. Honestly, I'd be good for this. What if I make it 71, but throw in a late rounder, just because once again, I'm looking to accumulate picks. They're not interested there. What if we just throw in our last pick? Man. All right, let's see if they accept this, because I'm looking to accumulate more picks. Like I said, I'm comfortable with a lot of players available. So let's let the board kind of dictate who we take, but you accumulate your picks to give yourself the best chance to hit on some players. So because we traded back, we missed out on Verse, Latu, Latham, Brian Thomas, as well as JPJ. So that's not ideal. Not ideal. We would have liked at least one of those guys to fall. I'm still very interested in Zach Frazier. He's a great offensive lineman. Graham Barton as well has a ton of versatility. You can basically draft Graham Barton and you have a starting guard. And if you viewed him as a tackle, he could be Teron Armstead's replacement. That might be how they view him. But maybe trade back again, because, I mean, at this point, I'm really targeting Zach Frazier because I view him more as an interior guy. Barton, I think, might have trouble because he can play so many positions, but can he lock in that one? But he just ran very athletically. Dolphins' main hole, I would say, is right guard or left tackle on the O-line. Let's just look at the edge position, because for whatever reason, Darius Robinson's very far back. I believe it was CK Parrott on Twitter. He's a perfect fit. He fills our edge/D line need because he can play both at a pretty high level. So honestly, I'm going to look to trade back and then make a decision. All right, so this is a trade I've cooked up with the Packers. It's got a 53% chance to get accepted. Let's see if they accept, and they do. So the Dolphins move back 14 more picks, but pick up another top 60 pick from the Green Bay Packers. Let's see who falls to us. Hopefully Robinson does fall. It's going really fast, so I highly doubt he did. What a beautiful scenario for the Dolphins. Honestly, a bit unrealistic, but we accumulate a bunch of picks and get a guy that might have fallen to us anyway. Darius Robinson, slam dunk pick. He has the versatility to play both edge and interior defensive line, kind of best of both worlds. And now we have a bunch of picks, and Ja'Tavion Sanders, everyone is linking him as a Dolphin, and I'm all for it. Xavier Worthy, another Texas player available. So Dolphins have their hands full now. And honestly, I'm going to go pick him. Ja'Tavion Sanders, he's a stud tight end. You have him learn under Jonnu Smith. Tight end's a tough position for players to transition into. And then you have Kieran Amagalati, who would be a good fit for the Dolphins. He's a great zone blocker, which is exactly what the Dolphins run. Have him sit under Teron, have him learn, and then potentially fill that hole once he retires, or once he goes down with injury. You have Chris Jenkins here, but like I said, the Robinson pick, you feel comfortable with him being able to be versatile. The only other needs is really interior offensive line, but maybe Kieran can play. So I think Kieran's the obvious pick here. You have him, you have a backup for Teron, and maybe have him compete for the left guard spot. And then once again, right here, a guard is a top position available. You could also look to take safety. That's another need. Wide receiver 3, also a need, but you also have a bunch of tight ends. I'm sure Worthy might still be here. No, he's not. But Malachi Corley, I think I might take Malachi here, because you could take Tavondre. He's a big dude, helps stop the run. Doesn't necessarily have the pass rush, I don't believe. So at this pick, the Dolphins have their hands full. They go Tavondre Sweat and double down on the defensive line and help beef it up. But a guy that's really interesting to me is Malachi Corley. labeled himself the Yak King, could be a very good wide receiver 3 for the Miami Dolphins. We don't have a pick until 162, so let's look at some trade options. You know what? Screw it. I'm going Malachi Corley, getting the Yak King to pair up with Waddle and Tyreek. He adds a different skill set, a very physical presence. I really would have liked to trade back because obviously we don't have a lot of picks in between, but the Dolphins in this draft, we've had like 4 top 80 picks, which is very good. We've swung the bat a lot, and you have a chance to hit on some of these players. I feel good with the Darius Robinson pick. Like I like to mention CK Parrott, he did an incredible piece on Twitter basically mentioning how he fills 2 holes with one player because he has the versatility to play outside and inside, and that's very beneficial for the Miami Dolphins. So the Dolphins have filled up their wide receiver 3 hole, defensive line hole, and offensive line. You have your backup tackle, and maybe have him compete at guard position. So that's very good. I would maybe look to add interior offensive line or safety. That's what I'm looking at here. I don't know any of these names. I'm going to be completely honest. That doesn't mean they're not good. So I'm going to have to do some reading up, and then I'll make our pick. All right, after doing some digging, James Williams, keeping him in Miami, I think is a perfect fit. He's a massive dude who needs to add some weight, but he's an athletic freak, and he could be a third safety, which we need in this defense. I'm not going to say Kyle Hamilton because Kyle Hamilton was such a good prospect coming out, but he's got huge size like Kyle Hamilton and can be in the box and be a nickel safety or a big linebacker basically, and I think that'd be perfect for the Miami Dolphins to add to the squad. And that basically checks off all the needs. Besides need to look for interior offensive line, maybe to just add some competition. I don't know any of these names, but let's just look. And honestly, I'm just going to take the top guard available. We're going to stay in Miami again. Once again, at this point, you're just looking for depth, competition, and swing the bat and try and land some players. And actually, I know this player, Steel Chambers from the Ohio State, converted from running back to linebacker. He's a very good athlete. And once again, at this late round, you're drafting special teamers.
Special teams, special plays, special players. Got to do it 3 times.
And guys who can maybe have high upside. And Steel Chambers is one of those guys. He's very athletic and has a great closing speed at the position. And the Dolphins have one last pick. And let's take someone with a cool name that I'm playing. Like I said, we don't really have any more needs in my opinion. I forgot we took the tight end too. We had a lot of picks from the trading. Let's keep the Tagovailoas together and draft Talia Tagovailoa. Everyone wants to draft a quarterback to replace Tua anyway, so let's do it. And let's see how this draft ended up. So I might be at fault for making it a little bit unrealistic with the trade backs and getting Darius Robinson that late, but nonetheless, we did what we did. Got Darius Robinson, Jatavian Sanders, Kieran, I'm not pronouncing his last name, Malachi Corley, James Williams. But overall, I'm happy with this draft. You beef up the defensive line. You get 2 really solid weapons that provide unique skill sets. Malachi Corley with the run after the catch, Jatavian Sanders, very good athletic tight end that can learn from Jonnu Smith. You potentially draft Tron Armstead's replacement, and you have his backup in case he goes down, or to at least compete with Keon Smith and or can compete for the guard spot. You get James Williams as a potential third safety option who has very good upside. Might take a year or 2 to develop, but overall, comment down below. What are your thoughts on this draft? What would you have done differently? I appreciate you guys for watching. Like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Check out the Dolphins Eye for the best Dolphins merch out there. And until next time, fins up.